Here come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster. Big up the crew in the area. Still heavy like that. No, no, we don't die. Yes, we multiply. Anyone press will hear the fat lady sing. Act like you know Rico. I know what Bo don't know. Touch them up and go. Oh, cha-cha-ching, ching. Here come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster. Excuse me, Mr. Officer. Still heavy like that. Extraordinary. Juice like a strawberry. Money to burn, baby, all of the time. Cut to fit, it's me. Fit to cut the shit. Come juggle with me. Fix it every time. Here come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster. Dial emergency number. Still heavy like that. Na 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 na. So we do it, man. Na 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 na. Hey, start like a jackrabbit, finish in front of it. I'm the 90s Jack, that's it. Understand? I'm the daddy of the Mac Daddy. Is electing gold made me. Ain't no homie gon' play me. Top celebrity man. I'm the lyrical gangster. Excuse me, Mr. Officer. Still heavy like that. No, no, we don't die. Yes, we multiply. Anyone test will hear the fat lady sing. Act like you know G-Go. I know what Bo don't know. Touch them up and go. Oh, cha-cha-ching, ching. Here come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster. Big up the crew in the area. Still heavy like that. Na 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 na. Yeah, man. So we do it. Na 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 na. Right? Here come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster. Big up all crew bow ya. Still heavy like that. Here come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical danger. Big up the crew in the area. Still heavy like that. Here come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster. I'm a living, I'm a danger. Still heavy like that. Hey. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Yo, welcome to Carter's Corner Pocket, where we feel the rocket today. Talking GameStop, baby. GameStop right now, $21.10, 90.91%. Yeah, I'm a long-term investor of GameStop. This is my individual journey. We're not a collective group over here. I see Dynamite in the chat, another YouTuber. He's a beast. Yeah, jumping on the trampoline. Michael Venuti, what's up, man? And Manuel, welcome. Anybody else, welcome. All the haters too. I was questioning like what am I gonna play on my way in? I was actually deliberating it for a while, but I wanted to take it a little easier because I was gonna play Slob on My Knob for James Jani and all the haters in his documentary. I know I did it last time. I'm gonna run through it quick because I just want to be a little bit more succinct on and collective on all the haters. But yeah, Dynamite. Yo, that trampoline, the trampoline, man. That was I don't know, man. But it's all good, man. Enjoy your life. Be out here, enjoy your life. I mean, we don't even know today, tomorrow could be our last day. I had a dream of my son like grown up, and like it just made me appreciate him so much more when I woke up and he's still small. But yeah, man, just getting a little off track. Slob on my knob, and then talking about my son, dynamite on trampoline. But yo, GameStop's greatest investment of my life, and I know it's gonna come to fruition. We're gonna will it to fruition. I don't get on here as often as I could, as I wish I would, but life's been busy. I don't know. Hang on one moment, man. See, something's going on already. Let me play something real quick. Something's already going on. Let me see. You know what? I already know. My bad. Hold on one second. I don't want to waste some time. Let me play a song real quick. I gotta be right back. Man, life just hits you so super quick. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna be back in 1 minute.
You're so wrong. I'm innocent in my head, like a baby bone dead. Destination heaven. Sitting politic with passengers from 9/11. The Lord's blessings leave me lyrically inclined. Shit, I ain't even got to try to shine. Guards and seamstress that tailor fitted my pain. I got scriptures in my brain, I can spit at your dame. Straight out the good book. Look, niggas is shook. 50 fear no man, warrior. Swing swords like Cohen. Picture me, pen in hand, write lines, knowing the source of it. When I die, they'll read this and say a genius wrote it. I grew up without my pops. Did that make me bitter?
All right, y'all. I'm back. My bad, yo. What a way to start off the stream. But anyways, man, let's get into this. James, Jani, Amber, welcome. Good to see you over here. But yeah, I'm chilling, man. I'm getting some luxury vinyl plank flooring delivered, so that's why I'm looking out for that. I'm gonna have to install like 2,000 square feet of that stuff. Before the baby comes, this whole like streaming thing, not even a thing, it's a guest room that's converted. It's probably going to end up being the baby's room. So I'm going to have to find another place to stream from. I think I got a little idea, but it's like a little, I'm going to be isolated to a little corner somewhere now. But, oh well, man, you live, life keeps going on, man. But let's get into this real quick. What the hell is all that noise? Oh, I think they're doing work outside. Anyways, let's get into it. James, Jani. I only have like 50 minutes, so I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Let's go on it. James, Jani, and all the people that he put in his documentary.
What you're looking at, depending on who you ask, is either a revolution for the internet and countless industries as we know it,
like in all seriousness, I compare it to the internet,
or the greatest Ponzi scheme in human history.
The whole thing is.
Here you go. Start off, he calls it a cult, right? Bitcoin has been up 270% since he's made this video. Calling it a cult, just like he calls GameStop a cult. 34.25. My bad. I'm gonna be running through this. I wanted to get on live before the day closed. But let's see what else we have.
About the art of the whole.
WAGMI, short for "We're all going to make it," which is used as both a greeting and an easy catchphrase to keep morale high.
We're all going to make it, and I say this with passion and confidence. If you leave the market, if you give up, you will lose. That is the ultimate failure.
"We're still early" is a sentiment often echoed in crypto communities, an encouraging message for those who are both new and old in the space, letting them know that they haven't missed out on the opportunity and further riches are on the horizon. Don't abandon hope.
Is it too late to get into crypto? No, never. It's never too late. It's actually too early. It's extremely early still.
Those who hold on to their crypto assets, even when there is really good reason to sell, are called diamond hands.
Diamond hands is actually a requirement.
Keep diamond handing, okay?
A positive trait that is encouraged, whereas those who do sell are labeled paper hands, a negative trait which is actively discouraged.
The worst part about paper-handed investors is that it influences other people to grow paper on their hands.
Most crypto communities are encouraged to say good morning and good night to each other every day, shortened to just a GM and GN, kind of like a regular check-in and check-out with members. Negativity is usually handled in the same way, since one group's negativity can actually devalue a project and affect everyone else's ability to make money. If there's some bad news about a particular cryptocurrency project or cryptocurrencies in general, it can be dismissed as FUD, abbreviation for fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
We have someone that, again, is trying to spread FUD.
I just couldn't sit idly by and let people FUD my investment and FUD the leader of my investment.
Or those who criticize are told, you simply don't understand, without any further elaboration. Or they're told,
if the stock price of Bitcoin is any indicator to what's about to happen to GameStop, I'm good with that because it sounds very familiar to me. This is all talking about GameStop. It's the same story. We say hello to everyone. We're respectful people. We say peace out, have a good day, whatever. We're not like all the haters that he has on the GameStop documentary. It's just what I say before. We're cut from a different cloth. And those people with I don't want to say evil mindset, negative mindsets, they just can't understand it. They can't understand why we're so willing to buy and hold and just hold for 3.5 years and longer and for the longer term. And if they don't understand it, I don't care. I'm just going to keep moving through, moving forward, buying my share a day. Today I bought 10 shares. I mean, cool. Yeah, I just felt like it. Just moving along, man. Anthony Walker, you just don't understand. Let's move along. I only got a little while. He talks about it as a Ponzi scheme. Oh, yo, I see. I'm trying to speed through this. We would have forgotten this. Where's that fool? The Plain Bagel. You know that guy. Richard, incredible piece, slobbering all over James Jani's crypto piece. He's going to need a bib for all the slobber that's going to be dropping. Incredible piece, James. Your capacity for storytelling combined with your stunning editing made this a genuine joy to watch. And you really did explain the issue so well. A solution looking for a problem after it's already been priced for perfection. Bravo. Nice comment, Richard. We're going to get into you a little bit later. How pathetic is that? Somebody actually looking for likes, more subscribers, all of that.
And how
these people don't live in the real world. They don't understand real world problems. They don't have to raise children. They don't need to build a human from the ground up. They mentally, physically, like we do to our children. And get them prepared for life. They're not even prepared for their own life right now. We'll take a look at that.
GameStop investors had an answer to that question. Naked shorting.
Naked short selling is this idea that you can sell a stock short.
Patrick Boyle.
Without first borrowing it.
Here's the guy, Patrick Boyle. I'll just do it right now. Patrick Boyle Finance. Where is he? Right here, Patrick Boyle. Began his finance career in 1997 and has worked with Victor Neidhofer, a former partner of George Soros, and has been a portfolio manager at RBS, Royal Bank of Scotland, Millennium, and Nomura. Let's go ahead and take a look at Nomura. What happened over here? Here you go. This is Nomura Holdings, taking the second largest hit from Archegos debacle after Credit Suisse. And Credit Suisse, didn't they take Archegos' bags and then they went under and UBS had to buy them? And now UBS is going to be next? Jim Cramer said it. You find an idiot bozo person working in a company like UBS. Yeah, so there you go. This dude worked at Nomura. Nomura's been short GameStop, allegedly. But let's keep going on.
Naked short selling was an illegal practice. Like Patrick said, it meant short selling shares without even borrowing them in the first place, essentially creating phantom or synthetic shares that didn't even exist in the market. GameStop investors went on to theorize that hedge funds were naked shorting GameStop so much that the number of shares being shorted was significantly higher than the actual amount of shares available.
None of this makes sense. And the only solution is naked shorts.
It blew my mind how they can get away with this.
Obviously, the tricky thing with saying that short positions
there goes Richard, the plain bagel,
are being hidden is that it's very hard to prove or disprove.
I think that this is utter nonsense. Like, there's no other way around it.
And I think it would be very hard to hide such large activity, especially given that I don't know that hedge funds have much of an interest in maintaining that short position.
The most big traders, most sophisticated investors want nothing to do with this. I think the real reason that the kind of people who are really excited about this stuff believe this is that they sort of need an enemy in order to maintain the narrative, right?
I guess I would question whether hedge funds would think it's worth it to do all this back alley sort of these arrangements, these private arrangements, just to short one retail company.
All these back alley arrangements like swap tools, reverse repo agreements, all of that. Yeah, they definitely do it, and they continuously do it. Trust me, I'm a fundamental investor. Ryan Cohen is a visionary. The whole management team is young. They're here to prove a legacy. And it's just endless possibilities of what we can do with our $4.6 billion in cash and no debt. Nothing tying us back. Nobody to tell us what we can do, what we can or can't do. We're our own boss. Ryan Cohen is the #1 shareholder, invested with 36.8 million shares. So when they say like he diluted the company with the share offerings, he's diluting himself. He pays himself $0. The only way he gets paid is if the share price goes up. So that whole dilution argument is stupid. Moving along. Let's go. 37.
We're trying to get some of the apes to see the reality of the situation that they're in, and we're trying to save them from the cult that they're in.
Why are you trying to save me? What do you care what I do with my money? This dude's from Croatia, and Split, Croatia is where he lives. Why does he have an interest in GameStop? He's supposedly online. Silent Vice is his name on Reddit. He was a pro GameStop member, became I guess, Wall Street Bets moderator, and now he's like one of the leaders of Meltdown. He probably just set a date for himself, got disappointed, and flipped. He doesn't have determination, willpower, any of that, and now he's angry. I mean, can you even imagine? Like, they call. I'm gonna save it for Hannah's next comment.
Part of the conspiracy theories that Meltdowners disagreed with were the ideas around a MOAS happening, or that shorts didn't close their positions in GameStop back in early 2021.
The idea that the shorts never closed has become another one of those shibboleths. It's become one of those things that they say amongst each other to bolster their faith in MOAS.
Everyone knows the shorts never closed.
We also know that shorts must close, baby! Woo!
It is demonstrably true that the shorts closed. You can look at the SEC report. They did.
They believe that.
Oh, here's another guy. Exactly, man. Bryce, so welcome. Anthony, I mean, what do we need to, why do we have to explain to you? Go do some research, man. We've been talking about this. Me, Marantz, another one, Be More, Invest Better. She hasn't made a video lately, but Dynamite_41. We've been talking about it endlessly. I mean, there's so much stuff. If you want it, you can go find it. I mean, we've done all the research ourselves. $4.6 billion in cash, no debt. Just look into Ryan Cohen's history. Look at the statements that he's put out. Go do your own research, man. Nobody's gonna spoon feed it to you. You can get a look into the person. I'm just gonna tell you right now. You go do your research on Ryan Cohen himself. Don't even look up GameStop, and you'll find out the person he is, his morals, and where he wants to head in life. He could have been retired. He chose not to because he likes work and he wants to put in work. He's a contrarian. But like over here, we have people from Croatia, Hannah Reloaded. I mean, James Jani's giving all these people credibility and a platform to blast GameStop. Why? Bed Bath & Beyond, that's a different story. That's a horrible story. That's a horror story. But why GameStop? Why do you care? Hannah said shorts have closed, right? Well, here's the SEC report she's talking about. Look at the total volume on those days in January, back in 2021. The blue is the total volume. This little tiny blip right here, the pink, that's all of the short volume. It's minimal. They definitely did not close their positions. They did repurchase agreements, reverse repo repurchase agreements. But that's like, this is all just icing on the cake for me, because I'm in it for a fundamental point of view, who Ryan Cohen is, what his mindset is. I mean, look at the PSA graded cards. We're at 2,700 right now. A couple months ago, we were at around 5,500, and it keeps fluctuating, hundreds a day. More card collectors are just flocking to GameStop's website. We have so much foot traffic now, just because they're constantly checking out what's newly uploaded, what's sold, all of that stuff. And when you the best part about it is when you factor in eBay fees with factoring eBay fees, GameStop's prices are very competitive, or even beating eBay costs. You don't have to package the stuff. You don't have to deal with buyer complaints, people swapping out fake cards, saying you sent them a fake. You have to deal with none of that. You just walk up to the store, hand it in, get your cash, go. And if you're a pro membership, which incentivizes people, especially people that trade in slabs, to become a GameStop pro member. You get discounts. You get extra boosts for your trade-ins. I mean, why not? It's only $25 a year. But yeah, so what do I know? 4031. I'm chilling, man. I got a lot going on. Like, even my job, I'm getting a new position. So I mean, there's that. That just means more GameStop shares. So let's go on.
For better. But there was one name that without fail took a spotlight in the community. Someone I've avoided mentioning.
So when it came to why he was investing and what he thought was going on, it really kind of all centered around Ryan Cohen.
Something really interesting is their elevation of Ryan Cohen.
I learned more about who Ryan Cohen was.
Ryan Cohen is the number one factor for me to invest in the GameStop.
Ryan Cohen.
Ryan Cohen.
Ryan Cohen.
Ryan Cohen.
Ryan Cohen.
Ryan Cohen.
He took a 13% stake in GameStop.
His label of the meme king.
All actually.
Basically, he said he avoided mentioning Ryan Cohen up until this point. Why? That's all GameStop's about, is Ryan Cohen and the direction he's going. I mean, you can hear it from the man himself. He's right here. Let's see.
A venture capital opportunity.
Oh, look at my laptop crashing over here. See, I had all these points mapped out, and it was supposed to just play, but for some reason, it's not here. I mean, Jani avoids mentioning Ryan Cohen. That's ridiculous. But anyways,
Testing some things here and there.
Roy Kitty says Ryan fucking Cohen. Basically, it's all about him. It's all about his forward guidance, his forward vision. I don't need him to come out blabbering his mouth like Adam Aaron does. You saw him eating popcorn while in front row seats watching a baseball game. You know, he had his greasy hands all over his shirt and his baggy pants up in there. Disgusting, man. Can't even get his suits tailored or anything like that. But where we at, man? All over the place over here. Shoot. Basically, this whole thing, it's all done just to trash Ryan Cohen. That's about it. Oh, okay. Now I know where I'm at.
DD.com, if any. One of the only.
I still don't trust this guy. I don't like the fact that he's working for GameStop. I like the social media. I feel like it's boosted a little bit. It's better now, but I still don't. To me, he feels like a snake in the grass, and I don't like him. But like I said before, what do I know? But we're gonna take a look into him also.
Only ones he has ever done was with Joe Fonicello from GMEDD.com, which was a website dedicated to looking for further information about the GameStop short squeeze of 2021.
You know, my tweets are just me being me, and
I think there are a lot of bad actors in the meme stock world, and they get, you know, a spacesuit or whatever, and they paint their face and they go talk about stocks, and they build this audience of people because they're telling them exactly what they want to hear.
I think GameStop's the most underrated company out there on the stock market. The best value I can find.
And maybe they're collecting donations, maybe they're selling t-shirts, maybe they're selling merch. They're going to end up having made some money in the end, while everyone else maybe not so much, or maybe so.
It's not like I get paid a crazy amount off of YouTube. No way. I think I made $7 yesterday. I do more hours than dollars when it comes to YouTube, without a doubt.
Fact that you think we're getting paid off of this. Where is it? I had it. I guess we'll get through it down the line. But yeah, I mean, Joe Fonicello talking about people being outrageous and pumping a stock. What about Playboy? That fool. That's why I'm looking for the video. Let me see if I can find it. Him and Rod Alsman or something like that. Was that the guy's name? See, man, all over the place over here. Did I close it out? I closed it out. Let me find it. 1 second. I got it. Oh, here we go. Okay, let me grab it. Let me get it real quick. Here we go. Playboy DD. Him and Rod Osman, they had GMEDD.com, and then they use all of the notoriety from GMEDD to push away from GameStop and go over to Playboy. At the time, let me just go to the timestamp I was looking at. But at the time, so for him to act all high and mighty over there is ridiculous when he did the very same thing he was saying people do.
Thousands of retail investors, working together, we can pick up these breadcrumbs and put together the pieces into like a puzzle. And the finished puzzle was always those reports on the GMEDD website, those stories. So super proud of that. And moving forward, we're always been interested in more equities than that. The server talks about more than just GameStop. And that's how we see the platform transitioning. We'd love to continue to research GameStop as well. We're very proud of our roots, but there's other opportunities in the market as well. You can't, really believe there's only one stock out there.
And now he's back at GameStop trying to get money.
The bear case points to a $3.05 price objective. It acknowledges the risk of a take private from the currently depressed level.
Oh shit,
levels. The 60-day VWAP is around $1.70. So you think about the rights offering that took place at $2.56. So we're talking about a 50% premium to the current VWAP.
He's got the bear case for Playboy at $3.05, and the price during this video is $1.71, and the bull case is 11, base case 5. So he's talking about the bear case being $3. Let's go ahead and he put most of his wealth. He put most of his money into. He said that Playboy is his #1 holding. Let's take a look and see how that turned out. Oh, look, 73 cents. Who the hell will give you money? Obviously, your woke capital stuff did not work out. So that's why you're over here trying to get Ryan Cohen just because you had an interview. Hopefully, Ryan Cohen sees. I don't need him to see this. I mean, Ryan Cohen probably has a good judgment of character. So hopefully, whatever it is works out. But this dude,
if a
just a grifter to me.
Interested in making an offer, it strikes me that it would likely come in no higher than the rights offering level, assuming nothing changes between now and then.
Here, we're gonna listen to something else. It's funny.
Unsuccessfully on the go, but no, I haven't watched any of the documentaries, frankly. And I hope people recognize that I don't do these things willingly.
Case and a bull case. Do you have an exit strategy? Is there a price that you sell?
I think anyone who's listened to me talk before knows that, in my view, forward returns are what matter. Your cost basis is irrelevant, but for tax strategy, the market doesn't know what you paid. The market doesn't care what you paid. All that should matter to you is what you believe the forward returns will be. And I do believe, from the depressed levels it trades at, that the forward returns should be wonderful. My exit strategy, I publish my personal account on a quarterly basis. As I noted in the discussion, it is my largest personal holding. It is a mixture of common stock and call options. So
Yeah, that didn't work out for me. 70, it was 71 cents yesterday. and they entered into these at $1.75 around that time, I think. But yeah, just stop playing call options, buy a stock, buy something with fundamentals. That's GameStop right there. What else do we have to do over here? Let's see. See, I got myself thrown off. Where was I at? Okay. We did that. We did this fool at Nomura. Worked at Nomura. Some former partner of George Soros, Royal Bank of Scotland, and he's over here in the James Jani interview telling you that GameStop's not real. Okay, tell me about it. Nomura lost the second largest hit from the Archegos debacle. Okay, I mean, what else? I was gonna go down that video. The only other thing, okay, well, maybe I will. They have Brian Sozzi over here. Who owns Yahoo Network? Apollo Asset Management. You know, Apollo owns Yahoo. They have Brian Sozzi always trashing GameStop. He was highlighted over here in this video for a second. There was no interview, but there goes Hannah again. Some more, just trash talking it. There's that
management team failed to keep selling collectibles, and
Ryan Cohen is giving him.
But above all, they criticized the fact that he wasn't communicating to the average investor community. No Q&As, no detailed plan, nothing. Why?
Do you think that Ryan Cohen benefits or profits from having movements like we see around the stock?
I certainly think that GameStop and Ryan Cohen, to a degree, have profited from the movement behind them.
One of the things that the apes love to talk about when saying how great GameStop is doing is about the fact that they have
something even more shocking. GameStop wasn't the only community idea that perhaps GameStop wasn't the only short squeeze opportunity, that there were other companies out there, other seemingly failing companies with hidden potential, other victims of Wall Street corruption, companies.
That's all they want to say. We're a victim of Wall Street. Like, not a victim. They just want to associate all these horrible companies with GameStop when GameStop's clearly different. GameStop's net income positive. Ryan Cohen, you can see him turning the business around. Roaring Kitty, Keith Gill says it. We're going to play that at the end. But this is just, it's ridiculous to me how I can take how they have a problem with what I'm doing with my money. It's just crazy. It's crazy to me. How they have a whole sub. They want to call us losers. Hannah, unloaded, reloaded, whatever. She wants to call us losers. Where's GameStop at? She said it's losery following GameStop. How about is losery talking about the people that are following GameStop? I mean, I'm just investing my money. I just want to buy a share, accumulate shares over time, a larger position. What's wrong with that? I'd say the losers are the people in the sub, not even invested in GameStop. Or are you short it? Just talking trash about the people, the actual investors of GameStop. What a waste of time, what a waste of space, what a waste of a life. While I'm out here doing stuff in my community, coaching for flag football, my son's flag football team, doing all types of stuff, coaching little kids, outside playing basketball with my kids, doing all types of different things. What have you done in your life? I have a YouTube channel with teaching people how to work on cars, people that don't know, so they don't get ripped off. And that whole YouTube channel is just me working on my car. And I'm leaving it here for my children so that my daughter will never have to have another man work on her car. They do everything with me. They change the brakes on my car, the oil, transmission fluid, everything. They're 9, they're 5. I'm building real people in life, people that don't need someone to lean on, just real soldiers in life. That's what I do, man. What the hell have these meltdowners done? Put on ski masks, hide in the shadows. Hannah, I want to say Hannah unloaded. Hannah reloaded. Man, you do nothing. You're ridiculous. This is stupid. But these are the people that are given a platform to just to trash GameStop. Regular, everyday, hardworking people that work for their money, take care of their life, take care of families, take care of others, and help out. I teach myself everything. Like, I just teach myself every single thing I want to do. I'll never hire anyone. I'll just teach myself. I'll learn on the job. Investing, it's been a process. It's been a long time. I've lost money like other people. GameStop, on the other hand, I'm not a bag holder. How can you say people that are down 2% on a stock, call them a bag holder? They just want to demoralize you, and they will not do it. It's just funny to me. Like, Give up, let it happen. Bend over. GameStop's coming right through it. You know, that's the way it's gonna be. But and it's funny to me, these people that are so negative about GameStop, they don't have that same mindset. That's why they can't understand it. That's why. Who else is here, man? I've been talking for a while. We got Wendy up in here. Jesus, welcome everybody. Dope show up and to the right. Always. Jerry Diamond, Playboy Stock, Gutter Punks, absolutely. Broker. I have my shares in Computer Share and Fidelity. I don't know. I have it split up. I guess I have to reassess the Computer Share thing, but I'm good with it being parked there. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, but that's it, man. We're dedicated people. We have good morals. But there's endless documentaries out here trashing us, making us look like we're stupid. Even when the dude Patrick Boyles, he's over here talking about they're sophisticated investors. We're sophisticated investors, man. We do the research every single day for years and years. GameStop has made me a better person, a more knowledgeable person about the markets, the mechanics, which I don't even need to know. Jim Cramer tells you itself the fundamentals mean nothing. They can manipulate stocks. So, hey, I'm just going to keep buying and buying, accumulating until this thing pops off. That's my plan. I'm good with my money. I'm a little low right now because I've gone on a few vacations, but I'm taking a break with that. Everything's planned, man. Everything's good. My account just keeps growing, and that's thanks to Marantz because I'd buy sporadically, but really when I started watching Marantz, he got me on the train of just buying every single day, little by little, and it'll grow over time, just like saving. When you're a kid, and you save a little bit over time and it grows and you'll find out, man. But let's get on these people. Hannah.
Stop making content, obviously.
And I promise I'm not going to play this whole thing. I've only got a couple segments. I did not want to ever do this to myself or any of you viewers ever again.
Just to start with some.
This is the person. Oh, well, wait. Let's start with Michael because this was just way too funny. They had that dude. I even forgot his name. He's useless. I'm not going to take up space in my brain researching that dude's name. The brown dude, the racist brown dude that was on a show that said the N-word. He straight up was clowning on people talking about Bed Bath & Beyond. He said the N-word. PP had him on the show to apologize, and Michael went on his little racist rant. This is just too funny to not play. I have to play it. Of course, it can't be played. Let me see. What did he say? He said, how many shades darker does the dude have to be to say the N-word? Whatever, it's not playing. I'm not wasting my time. Let's move on.
History for the TBR stuff, why that fell apart. Hannah's pretty unreliable, hard to work with. It was hard to get her to get enthusiastic about any content and stuff. At the time, though, she was going through transition. I didn't want to be hard on her, and she also, has been battling with drinking the whole time, which has been a big problem throughout our production, which does play a part in the rest of this. I don't think she's a bad person for having problems, and I think she's actually right now totally I don't know about totally recovered, but hasn't been drinking recently, I hope, and hadn't been, at least she told us she hadn't been for a while. You can never really know, though. You'll see how the lies and stuff pile up, but your own biggest. A great guy, Jake. Remember, I guess, as a sometimes pattern here. I'm not reciprocating, right? How do you deal with it? Fucking mostly. I need to fuck more, I guess. It's the only way.
It's so clear that your very short responses are showing that you're just not into it. And then this right here, yeah.
I should have. So she's obviously soliciting. I should have sucked dick when I had the chance. Lol. I've been in the Final Fantasy Discord Sarah's in, and I've been corrupted. Sarah was in a Final Fantasy Discord and had a not safe for work portion of the server.
Yeah, we basically post thirst traps and we were just a bunch of queer horny people. But
I know we don't talk much anymore. Sorry for coming at you with weird TMI stuff. You see what I'm saying? Out of context, we literally don't talk. She's dropped out of my fucking. She just shows up sometimes, and I tell her to obtain dick. I would if I could, Jake. I would if I could. Lamau. This is why you shouldn't be only into cis women. You could have gotten a free BJ back before I was in a relationship. Not trying to be weird, just saying. Damn straights, I don't respond. That was super weird of me to say. I'm sorry, I'm having a weird one. Sorry. Oh, I bad alcoholic who doesn't really have any power to after she did this fucking thing to me. Okay? All right. I'm good. Taylor finished her PhD defense on Monday, so she's a doctor, and I finally have something in common with Ben Shapiro. Other than height and testosterone level, which is cool, already self-deprecating, dope. I've been really into the meme stock stuff. Met Dan Olson through it, which has been surreal talking to him. Dave needs help, like, badly.
There we go. Dan Olson. Remember that fool? We're going to talk about him also. The dumb stuff he's done in his life. I don't even know if I have enough time. There's so many people over here I don't even think that are negative about GameStop just showing up in these documentaries. I don't even know if I have enough time to do it, but the last part of this one, I promise, man. This is a painful video. I hope I never have to see it again in my life.
And I wasn't having it. Testing the waters. Yeah. It was like a it was less subtle than a you know. Yeah. Still not remotely okay. I agree. I mean, to some degree, like I've hugged her before, but that's not what she was doing. She was moving, I was laying on the couch and she was moving towards my lap, and it was uncomfortable, and it was right before she said she wanted to suck my dick, or right after. It was crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to do all this. This is horrible. But here you go. Let's continue on.
Response. And then a glimmer of hope. I get a message from my buddy Richard, who runs the Plain Bagel YouTube channel.
James Jani's lover, Richard, the Plain Bagel. And all of these people are from Canada. James Jani is from the UK, right? There's nothing wrong with people from Canada, right? Ryan Cohen's Canadian. But there's so many short hedge funds from Canada. And you're telling me it's not adding up? All these people that are so infatuated with GameStop are from Canada. So what's going on? I don't know. Dan Olson, who else? Richard, the Plain Bagel, the whole PP Show crew, just everybody popping up. The short hedge funds. There's got to be something going on with Canada. And then we have Brandon, the other dude from Making of a Meme King. He was in the James Jani documentary. Same guy.
Sort of the challenge. We were all
This guy right here.
Fight the big corporate greed. My name is Brandon. I've been on Reddit, I believe, for 6 years. I did not know what I was doing when I started investing. Ryan Cohen, I have started to learn about him through the GameStop communities.
Basically, he says he pumps and dumps Bed Bath & Beyond shareholders. And he holds GameStop as well. This guy showing up on CNBC along with all the other people, I just can't understand it. Here's the Plain Bagel.
Putting it in the context of meme stocks. You might have noticed recently that a YouTuber by the name of James Jani put out a documentary-style video on GameStop and, as he calls it, the cult around it. And something that I actually helped and contributed to. I was one of the people he spoke to when he was doing his research. And I highly recommend you check it out. I think James did a really good job covering the topic. But with it...
Here we are, just buying one stock, looking forward, accumulating, getting hit from all different angles. All these people slobbering on each other through all their YouTube videos. Get the hell out of here. You're not penetrating me. You're not penetrating my mind. Penetrating my mind, I mean, Tony De Niro. You can't get through this. I've been here for 3.5 years. I'll be here for another 3.5 years, at another 3.5 years, and another 3.5 years. My shares going to my kids, man. Because I'm doing it for my family. I do research every single day for my family. You think you're going to beat me? Hell no. It's not happening. Sorry, single. You got transsexual people, people that don't raise children, have no kids, no significant other, only themselves to think about. That's it. That's the difference between us. And here he goes. Richard the Plain Bagel, an expert on private equity, puts out a private equity video recently.
Than private equity, a space that's often confused with hedge funds, and they do have a lot of similarities, but it seems...
There you go. I mean, I'm not playing this. This is financial advice. Let's take a look. Where am I at on here? Dan Olson. And this is really, Dan Olsen had one of the biggest hit pieces. He was in the film industry. He's got good cameras, good all of that, editing. And he spent 2.5 hours of his life just to tell us how we're crazy. Fine. Maybe I am crazy. I'm gonna go out being crazy. You're not wavering me in my conviction. None of that is gonna stop me.
The whole of ape culture is persuasive in no small part because of how it.
This guy acts like he knows everything about life. What about physical health? How about getting outside, seeing the sun? How about you don't look like you get any of that?
Plays off existing social anxieties. We are collectively primed for these narratives by a complicated soup of messages, a combination of distrust in financial institutions married with a mythologization of the stock market and a financial reality of stagnant wages and greedflation that make it feel like playing the market is the only possible way to build any kind of wealth or comfort. And that's just the stuff that's rooted in reality. Ape motivations are ultimately pretty simple. Their lore is complex, but their reasons are not. They're gambling addicts who are starved for social attention.
Thanks. Remember Jim Cramer said they just want to beleaguer you and demoralize you. That's all this is, 2.5 hours of FUD and negative talk about GameStop investors, trying to tell you how you're stupid, a gambler, an addict. Yeah, right. I think Hannah's the addict over here. Alcohol, substance abuse, mental issues, honestly, to tell you the truth. But I'm not giving this guy any more playtime. These are all hit pieces. And, I'm gonna give him a little bit more playtime right here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Back in 2014, Dan was involved in a scandal relating to 8chan and child pornography disclosure, followed by another scandal where Dan opposed Gamergate's harassment of women and minorities in gaming by characterizing an entire gaming community as misogynistic. In other words, it's not his first time trying to portray a large group of people as misogynistic, in this case without any evidence. This granted him small supporter community that follows his work day to day. Or to this day. Many of them were shocked by the wife-changing pun, ironically also utilized by Olsen on his daily chats. Dan's jokes pull at the heartstrings of his core followers by insisting in gender-based and gender equality puns, while at the same time inventing that many apes lie to their wives based on a joke he read somewhere. So actually what had happened was he had wanted to do an article or something along those lines to out this gaming community as for child pornography. So this idiot goes and downloads child pornography. Okay, it's like little children in bikinis and stuff like that. He put Vaseline on the photos for his article to blur it out. It's just sickening to me. Like, he downloaded this child porn according to Canada's law. He had some arrangement, 3 years, got like 3 years taken off, 1 year of probation or something along those lines. But the fool downloaded and shared child pornography in order to write this article. So what's he really doing it for? Why not go to authorities or someone that's actually meant to handle this stuff? But he's a moron. He's an idiot right there. What do we have in the chat? We got Jay over here. All these people. Dividend preference? No. I'm gonna let Ryan do what Ryan needs to do, and I'm gonna be good. The plain bagel. That's what you chose, for a YouTube channel. Sweet tea wants to penetrate more than just your mind. Absolutely. Because I can. What's up, man? Is the doc a real story of all the people trying to sleep with each other? Absolutely, man. Gamergate, right? That's funny. It probably is all the people trying to sleep with each other. It's crazy. What do we have over here?
In September. But I was firmly convinced that dilution was going to happen this week. So again, I stepped out for maybe a couple days, maybe a couple weeks. And when I think that it's reached a bottom, I'll buy back in. But I preserved my capital. Live to fight today.
That's the biggest thing people forget. It's not just accumulating wealth, it's preserving and protecting your capital. And that's something that after GameStop earnings, I know I had a live stream on that. I heard from a lot of people that they were just pulling out. And sometimes you got to make that hard decision and pull the trigger and be like, it's time to move on. It's time to deploy my capital elsewhere where it's safe.
Yeah, there you go. Another set of people telling you to just pull out, take out your money. This was when it was around like $10. Now it's over double that. And we've got $4 billion in cash, by the way. And just saying, man, where's GameStop at? I got to bounce in like 10 minutes, but GameStop over here, man, looking good. I don't care if it's down or up or whatever. This is just another bullish formation right here. In Roaring Kitty's videos, he was like, look at this base. It's interesting. He drew a line going across and drew a triangle. Here's just another one forming over here, and I'm expecting us to break up out of this triangle. But hey, if we don't, I really don't care. I'm going to continue on buying. And there's nothing they can do to stop me. And here we go. And that's what the best part about having the fundamentals is you have your base, your strong base. Just like building anything, right? If you don't have a strong base, you're going to fall. The fundamentals, it's a strong base. And then you have all this icing on top of the cake. Central bank body calls for more detailed monitoring of bank liquidity risks. Recent banking turmoil exposed flaws in liquidity rules, say regulators. Mandatory repo clearing for U.S. Treasuries in 2026, a game changer. I'm getting through these. Just some different headlines, all from this week. This from yesterday. Surging U.S. repo activity likely exacerbating funding pressure. And that funding pressure are for banks. A sharp, steady rise in overnight repurchase agreements is overwhelming banks that serve as middlemen for such short-term borrowings in U.S. government securities, threatening to fuel major funding pressure at the end of every quarter and year. The market for so-called repos allows banks to borrow money quickly and cheaply when they need cash and lend with little risk. Hedge funds and Wall Street financial firms rely on the roughly $4 trillion repo market to finance daily trades and any disruption that could force them to cut holdings of bond stocks or other securities. People's Bank of China starts $71 billion liquidity tool for stock investors. Does this sound like a strong economy to you? I don't think so. So I'm gonna let all the extra fluff, the MOAS, all that stuff just go on in the background while I keep buying for a fundamental purpose. Here's another thing real quick.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good one. Drinking our coffee, talking about GameStop. So I made this meme this morning because it's like I'll see people say something about GameStop, and even if they're kind of nuanced about the way they're trying to deride the company, it's usually just like a couple of points, maybe something negative about Ryan Cohen. I don't know. This one, Ryan Cohen's treading close to, like, I mean, he's basically a villain now. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Ryan Cohen is not making a lot of friends right now. I had him at S tier at one point, dropped him down to A tier, I think, in one of the last videos. I'm gonna have to drop that guy down to a B tier. A Tale of Two Kitties. I just like playing on the Tale of Two Cities idea. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense, but I like the just like the laugh. So the kitty chart going on that everyone's seeing and can't unsee at this point. Two Roads Ahead might be a good name for the video, or Goodbye GameStop. Kazan.
That's it for me. No Goodbye GameStop at all. The only way I'm getting up out of GameStop is Ryan Cohen gets up out of GameStop, and that's it. This guy will not make it. He can't make it. You can see how he wavers in just a few weeks. I don't know. That's enough. I just let the video talk.
Of course, Ryan fucking Cohen. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Cohen and his crew. And that's what folks are should be focused on, you know what I mean? And that's probably going to be an ongoing debate as to how people feel about him, whether he can successfully transform that business. And those are great discussions. And those are good discussions that need to be had. And so when I look at the situation, though, and I'm kind of going to be echoing some of the thoughts that I had previously, is that I feel like I see enough where I believe this guy might be able to do it, right? That's not a guarantee. This is the same thing as before. I mean, I'm not promising anything, but over the long term here, I think he seems like the type of guy. He seems like he has those characteristics, and the way he approaches this seems like he might be able to do this. But again, that's not a guarantee. This is kind of like, it's kind of based on feel. You've heard me say that, right? And so I have that feeling. I have this feeling, and I'm like, all right, let me reiterate some of these feelings that I have. But it remains to be seen, you know. And you should keep your eye on stuff too. Reserve the right to change your mind about stuff just like I do. Don't follow anyone blindly. Nothing on this stream is advice. Hopefully you all know that, right? This is the same thing. But like when I have a feeling about that, it's like, all right, well, let me share it. I could be wrong about stuff, but I think, all right, let's talk about it. And I don't know. I think he has the characteristics that he could do this. In particular, I think we can all agree GameStop finds itself in a very unique situation, just like it did last time, right? Not just in the gaming space per se, but you have a company where you actually have so many people rooting for it, right? They're rooting for it to work out, myself included. How often does that happen? That folks like really want it to work out, and it's a highly unusual position, and it's so unusual. The way you manage that situation is you gotta manage it the right way. And honestly, the way he seems to be doing it, I think he's from a distance here, right? I have no idea, but I put myself in his shoes, and I think he's kind of seems to be taking the right approach, given this very unique situation that he finds himself, that the company finds itself in. You have a lot of investors kind of following what's happening, kind of wanting it to work out. You know what I say? That's very unusual. It's a very unusual situation, and I don't know if there's not too much precedent for it. You see it with some other companies, especially when the CEOs or the managers are just so heavily investing themselves in the business, investing themselves in the turnaround. And there's some managers out there who are somewhat similar to I see it in Cohen. So that I think that he has the type of he seems to be doing the right things. And I know the question marks will be, well, what has he done? What is he doing? What's the plan? You know, those are fair questions. But you know, do you really think he's been doing nothing, or that GameStop hasn't been strategizing, testing some things here and there, and how to move forward? I think that's pretty ridiculous. I think we've seen enough, in particular from him, to be honest. I think we've seen enough from him to think he's got a good head on his shoulders, and he's. Again, we haven't seen anything. It's speculation. You can argue that, but honestly, the way he seems to be handling this, and we don't know a plan, and that's fair. But boy, you're right-sizing the ship. You see even the legacy business cutting costs, trying to stabilize some cash flows. You know, just try to stabilize that legacy business. But now it's all about the transformation, and that cash pile is growing. It seems to be growing. Will they raise more money? We'll see. I don't know. I mean, I see it, but I think if people,
yes, we will raise more money, a ton more money. Then you got people like this.
Bush analyst Michael Pachter to discuss. He has a sell rating. Price is 650. Closer to that. You're right on the sell. Is the dream over?
Oh, I think the dream never started. You know, you guys have a documentary out right now, I think came out yesterday, called The Meme King, calling Cohen a meme king. He's the Queen of Hearts. You know, he was displeased, and he said, off with his head to Furlong. That's the CEO's name that they shall not name. I mean, it's like if he said his name in the press release, he'd be cursed. They brought 3 Amazon executives in 3 years ago, and they managed to, one departed after 7 months. I think she figured it out quickly. The other was fired after less than 2 years, and the third one was fired after just under 3 years. So Cohen brings people in, doesn't actually tell them what to do, and they don't fix anything, and they're gone. I don't think he has the first clue how to turn this company around. And the truth is, I don't think.
Do you really think he has no plan? Just like Roaring Kitty said, you really think he has no plan? I doubt that. Roaring Kitty holds 9 million shares of GameStop. He said it's his only position. You know what happened with Chewy. It looks like he sold it. I really don't care, but I know he holds GameStop. So I'm good with that, man. There's one last thing I want to show. I had a couple things, but I guess I'm going to have to go in a second. Let me see. 39, 38. Let me see. He does TA on this. Basically, he draws the same triangle. This is the original squeeze.
I do right there.
January 28th. And then he's just saying that looked bullish to him. And it looks like it's forming again when you look at the chart. This is the last thing I want to play. Is it?
And these are all what's really going on under the market that you don't see.
Right, and nobody else talks about it.
Right, but what's important when you're in that hedge fund mode is to not do anything remotely truthful. Because the truth is so against your view that it's important to create a new truth, to develop a fiction. And the fiction is developed by almost anybody who's down like 2% to up 6% here. You can't take any chances. You can't have the market up any more than it is if you're up 6. Because starting Jan 2, you'll have all your money come out. So what would you do if you're in that situation and you feel like you're desperate? Is that you would do these actions.
So you're talking about the mechanics of the market.
Well, the mechanics are much more important than the fundamentals.
Oh, okay, well, but in terms of the fundamentals, you've been writing about how you think.
Who cares about the fundamentals? Research in motion.
Who cares about the fundamentals? But all CNBC does is say, what about GameStop's fundamentals, right? It's pathetic. Can't stand it.
But there's a reason. There's a reason. Overtime and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hardworking people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hardworking people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all, at all, at all. Yeah, you know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
All these people want to tell us to sell our shares. Here's the next GameStop. I'm not buying it. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop, baby. Let's go. I'm going to go pick up my kids. I'm going to play a song on the way out. What song do I have over here? Let's see. Let's do something. Here, I got one. I'm going to have to come back and turn it off. But all right, guys. Peace out. Thank you for watching.
Turn it up loud. Hey, man. You a little sucker for love. Word up. I should have seen you was trouble right from the start. Taught me so many lessons. How not to mess with broken hearts. So many questions. When this began, we was the perfect match, perhaps. We had some
putting it on the chart. So I can always watch something. Peace out, guys.
But I can't help from walking out. Let's throw it away. Just take my hand and understand. If you could see, I never planned to be a man. It just wasn't me. But now I'm searching for commitment and other arms. I want to shelter you from harm. Don't be alarmed. Your attitude was the cause. You got me stressing. Soon as I open up the door with your jealous questions. Like, where can I be? You're killing me with your jealousy. Now my ambitions to be free, I can't breathe. Cause soon as I leave, it's like a trap. I hear you calling me to come back. I'm a sucker for love. That's right. Sucker for love. The sucker for love. You won't do for love. You tried everything, but you don't get. Just when I thought I broke away and I'm feeling happy, you try to trap me, say you're pregnant, and guess who's the daddy? Don't wanna fall for it, but in this case, what could I do? So now I'm back to making promises to you, trying to keep it true. What if I'm wrong? A trick to keep me holding on, trying to be strong in the process, keep it going. About to lose my composure, I'm getting close to packing up and leaving notes and getting ghosts. Tell me who knows a peaceful place where I can go to clear my head. I'm feeling low, losing control. My heart is saying leave, or what a tangle where we weave when we conspire to conceive. And now you're getting calls at the house, guess you're cheating. That's all I need to hear, cause I'm leaving. I'm out the door, never no more when you see me. This is the end, cause now I know you've been cheating. I'm a sucker for love. Do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give up. Baby. Oh yeah. You tried everything, but you don't give up. Now we left you with scars, tears on your pillow when you still stay. As you sit and pray, hoping the beatings will go away. It wasn't always a hit and run relationship. It used to be love, happiness, and companionship. Remember when I treated you good? I moved you up to the hills, out the ills of the ghetto hood. Me and you, a happy home when it was on. I had a love to call my own. I should have seen you was trouble, but I was lost. Trapped in your eyes, preoccupied with getting tossed. No need to lie, you had a man and I knew it. You told me, don't worry about it, we can do it. Now I'm under pressure, make a decision cause I'm waiting. When I'm alone, I'm on the phone, having secret conversations. I wanna take your misery, replace it with happiness, but I need your faith in me. I'm a sucker for love. What you want to do for love? You tried everything, every little thing. No, you ain't right, you know, but I'm a sucker for love. You won't do for love, my pretty baby. You tried everything, but you don't know. I'm a sucker for love. You won't do for love. You tried everything, but you don't. You all appreciate it. When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see her face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. Suspended from school, I'm scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys, breaking all the rules. Shed tears with my baby sister. Over the years, we was poor than other little kids. And even though we had different daddies, the same drama when things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell. And who thinking elementary? Hey, I see the penitentiary one day. Running from the police, that's right. Mama catch me, put a whooping to my backside. And even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. I finally understand for a woman it ain't easy trying to raise a man. You always was committed, a poor single mother on welfare. Tell me how you did it, there's no way I can pay you back. But the plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you, sweet dear mama? Place no one above you, you all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you? Now ain't nobody tell us it was fair. No love for my daddy cause the coward wasn't there. He passed away and I didn't cry cause my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. They say I'm wrong and I'm heartless, but all along I was looking for a father, he was gone. I hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, they showed a young brother love. I moved out, started really hanging. I needed money of my own, so I started slanging. I ain't guilty, cause even though I sell rocks, it feels good putting money in your mailbox. I love paying rent when the rent's due. I hope you got the diamond necklace that I sent to you. Cause when I was low, you was there for me. You never left me alone because you cared for me. And I can see you coming home after work late. You're in the kitchen trying to fix us a hot plate. You're just working with the scraps you was given. And mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. But now the road got rough, you're alone. You're trying to raise two bad kids on your own. And there's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you, sweet and dear mama? Place no one above you, sweet. You all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you? Pour out some liquor and I reminisce. Cause through the drama I can always depend on my mama. And when it seems that I'm hopeless, you say the words that can get me back in focus. When I was sick as a little kid, to keep me happy there's no limit to the things you did. And all my childhood memories are full of all the sweet things you did for me. And even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. There are no words that can express how I feel. You never kept a secret, always stayed real. And I appreciate how you raised me and all the extra love that you gave me. I wish I could take the pain away. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. Everything will be alright if you hold on. It's a struggle every day, gotta roll on. And there's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you, sweet dear mama? Place no one above you, sweet. You all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you, sweet dear mama? Dear mama.
Back in elementary, I thrived on misery. Left me alone, I grew up amongst a dying breed. Inside my mind, couldn't find a place to rest until I got that Doug like tatted on my chest. Tell me, can you feel me? I'm not living in the past. You wanna last? Be the first to blast. Remember Cato? No longer with the seat deceits. Call on the sirens. Seen them murdered in the streets. Now rest in peace. Is there heaven for a G? Remember me? So many homies in the cemetery shed so many tears. I suffered through the years and shed so many tears. Lord, I lost so many peers and shed so many tears. Now that I'm struggling in this business by any means, label me greedy, getting green, but seldom seen. And the world, cause I'm cursed. I'm having visions of leaving here in the hearse. God, can you feel me? Take me away from all the pressure and all the pain. Show me some happiness again. I'm going blind. I spend my time in the cell, ain't living well. I know my destiny is hell. What did I fail? My life is in denial, and when I die, baptized in eternal fire, shed so many tears. Lord, I suffered through the years and shed so many tears. Lord, I lost so many peers and shed so many tears. Now I'm lost and I'm weary, so many tears. I'm suicidal, so don't stand in me. My every move is a calculated step to bring me closer to embrace an early death. Now there's nothing left. There was no mercy on the streets. I couldn't rest. I'm barely standing, about to go to pieces, screaming peace. And though my soul was deleted, I couldn't see it. I had my mind full of demons trying to break free. They planted seeds and they hatched, sparking the flame inside my brain like a match. Such a dirty game. No memories, just a misery. Painting a picture of my enemies killing me in my sleep. Will I survive till the morning to see the sun? Please Lord forgive me for my sins, cause here I come. Lord, I suffered through the years and shed so many tears. God, I lost so many peers, and Lord knows I tried. Been a witness to homicides and drive-bys taking lives, little kids die. Wonder why as I walk by, broken hearted as I glance at the chalk line, getting high. This ain't the life for me, I wanna change, but ain't no future right for me. I'm stuck in the game, I'm trapped inside a maze. See this Tangeray influence me to getting crazy, disillusioned lately. I've been really wanting babies, so I can see a part of me that wasn't always shady. Don't trust my lady, cause she's a product of this poison. I'm hearing noises, think she's f***ing on my boys, can't take no more. I'm falling to the floor, begging for the Lord to let me into heaven's door. Shed so many tears. Lord, I lost so many years and shed so many tears. I lost so many years and shed
I'm back.
so many tears.
Is he still alive? Guess so. GameStop ended down 0.38%, $20.83. What do you want me to tell you? Investment of a lifetime, investment of my lifetime, greatest investment of your lifetime. If you do the same due diligence, research on the daily for years and years and years, I guess that would make us an expert, right? GameStop, can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. Peace out, guys. Peace. Amazing stock. Amazing purchase. Amazing cash position. No debt. Endless possibilities. Let's go.
Rest in peace.